during the season of Advent, and as we approach the birth of our Lord, we are sharing some symbols with you from Advent and Christmas. And one of them, of course, is the holly plant. And there are over 200 cultivated varieties of the native holly. Its Latin name is Ilexia aquifolium, which means pointed leaves, although not all hollies are pointed. Superstition, magic, and myth surround the holly's deep pagan roots. The Druids, Celts, and Romans brought evergreens into their homes during the winter. They believed that their ability to keep their green leaves was magical and assured the return of spring. In Christianity, holly was adopted as a symbol of Christ's crown of thorns, the crimson berries a symbol of his blood, and the evergreen a metaphor for life after death. For many people throughout the world, Christmas wouldn't be complete without those shiny dark leaves and bright red berries in wreaths and garlands. The tradition of decking the halls with boughs or branches of holly at Christmas time continue today. Gardeners and volunteers still cut holly and other evergreens to create garlands and wreaths to decorate doors, banisters, mantelpieces, and halls, not only in Great Britain but here in America. Furniture makers have prized holly as the whitest of woods, and so it is often used to create ornate, expensive furniture with inlaid designs. The Holly and the Ivy is a traditional British Christmas carol. Perhaps you're familiar with it. The song can be traced back only as far as the early 19th century, but the lyrics reflect an association between holly and Christmas dating back at least as far as medieval times. The lyrics and melody have been varied significantly, but the song has become pretty well known. The holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown of all the trees that are in the wood, the holly bears the crown. The refrain for this carol is the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. The holly is a remarkable plant. I must admit, this one's a little sticky, and frankly, I think making boughs of it and twisting it into a wreath would be quite a feat indeed. You'd have to certainly put on gloves in order to do so. Each of the 6 verses of the carol of Holly and the Ivy ends with the words, "The holly bears the crown." And why does holly bear the crown? Because the holly's spiny leaves and red berries most closely resemble Jesus' crown of thorns and his precious blood. Even as we prepare to celebrate our Lord's birth, let us give thought to the holly tree, for it reminds us in a very beautiful way of God's love shown not only in the joy of a babe in the manger, but in the crown of thorns worn by our Lord as he suffered upon the cross. Have a blessed Advent.